All right, let's talk for a minute. The Kingsman.
What'd you think?
I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. And then pros, cons. What were the pros with this?
I thought that there were a couple scenes that were good, and that's about it.
The Kingsman movies, it can be funny at times. They do good casting. So, like, you have Ray Fiennes, you have Jaimin Hansu, Gemma Arterton. They were all great.
Did you feel there was continuity from prior movies?
You had to be really patient to get to it.
And do you stand by this director?
Matthew Vaughn, yeah, he's consistent. He's going to shock you. There are things in it, just you're like, wow, okay, you went there.
Were there any redeeming qualities in the movie?
If you were patient all the way to the end, there were some good action sequences. I remember you said that. There were some funny moments. Definitely, like, the Kingsman movies have funny moments. This one did too. The Kingsman movies and stories and the comic books, it would be better as a series, I think, than a movie. I feel like with a movie, they can't decide what they want to do with it. They only have so much time. Like even 2 hours and 11 minutes felt long for this movie. But if they have a series, they can just go with the ridiculous, embrace the ridiculous. Don't try to even slightly be historical or dramatic or whatever. Just be ridiculous. Embrace it. Own it. Yeah, that also is pretty much what I have too. On the cons, I'll keep it like this. I think with a movie where, you're clearly trying to make it a good guys versus bad guys movie, your movie's going to be as strong as your villain. And the villain part of this movie was also very confusing. It wasn't clear always who was the villain. You had also some actors who overshadowed, and then there were some weird changes that would happen along the way, and it would be confusing. So that part, I just think that this comic book series can do better. It deserves better. And I hope that going forward, if they continue with it, don't do another movie. If it's in the theater again, I won't see it. But if they make a series out of it, and with the series, they really embrace the graphic novel over the top part of it, for sure, I want to check it out.
How do you rate it against the other Kingsman movies?
There have been 3 Kingsman movies. The first was still the best. The second one was a little bit worse, I thought, just because, again, the Julianne Moore villain was not great. It did not give her much to work with. And in this case, yeah, it was even worse because the villain part was very confusing. Yeah, 5 out of 10, and I hope they don't do another version in the theater, but if they want to do it as a series, I think there could be a lot of potential there. 5 out of 10, I stand by it.
Nice. Well, looking forward to your next review.
Thanks for listening.